What's up, family? This is Will Dorsey of Talk Music Podcast. My guest on this month, man, it's a guy that I used to play with a long time ago with their band called Jimmy's Chicken Shack, and always had the most respect for that band. We've done a lot of stuff, between, like the early, well, mid 90s, going that way. But I want to introduce to you and let everybody know about Jimmy Haha, otherwise to me known as Jimmy Davis. So everybody welcome Jimmy Haha.
Welcome to Talk Music with Will Dorsey Jr.
Every month,
Our host Will is going to interview musicians from around the world and talk everything music. Our listeners range from professionals to recreational musicians who want to learn more about the industry, their instruments, and the community of top musicians. So join us, subscribe, and keep up with Talk Music.
visit us on www.talkmusicpodcast.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Download our podcast on Apple, Google, Amazon, and Spotify.
Today's episode is brought to you by our sponsor, eRecord Studio, the new way musicians rehearse, record, and share their eRecord sessions on social media. Visit ERS on eRecordStudio.com. Download this amazing app on Google and Apple Apps stores.
Jimmy Haha.
What's up?
What's up, dude? Hey man.
How you doing, brother?
Can I use your real name? Jimmy
Sure.
Davis?
Yeah.
Jimmy Davis.
Yeah.
Everybody welcome Jimmy Davis.
What's going on?
Oh, not too much, man. I want to talk to you for a little bit, the history of Jimmy's Chicken Shack and whatnot. And yeah, I want to go back in like when I met you, I think the first time. I think we were somewhere in Baltimore somewhere, and I think Laughing Colors and Jimmy's Chicken Shack had a show together or something like that at some festival, and I think it was in Fells Point. I don't remember. It was like back in '96, or I don't
How
even.
could we remember that?
Yeah,
And
but
it was probably before, it was probably like 90, 94 or 95, honestly.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 Man, can I talk about like when you first got with well, let's go back to this. Let's go to like how did Jimmy's Chicken Shack even start?
Well, so I was in a band in the 80s from like 87 to 91 called 10 Times Big.
Oh yeah.
And we played up and down the East Coast and we almost got a record deal with a kind of a not a major, but an indie with a deal through a major. And we're together for 5 years. But one of the early bands that we had played with was called Ghosts of the Graveyard, and that was a few guys in that band that I remained friends with. And one was the guitar player Jim McDonough, or Jim
Hmm.
McD, through the
Yeah.
band, and so we started playing acoustic. And this was after 10 Times Big broke up, so sometime around 91 and 92-ish. We were just kind of throwing around acoustic songs, and we started doing some open mics. And then the second drummer for 10 Times Big was Jim Chaney.
Oh,
And so he had some congas, and we'd go down in Annapolis and play an open mic night, and just do a few songs. And and eventually Jim was like, dude, I know this bass player. And so that was Che.
right.
And he was like, we should get together with him at my mom's house, and she'll let us practice in the main room. And so sure enough, we would go over there, and I think we played we jammed on a like couple ideas, and I was like, dudes, yeah, we're gonna get signed to a record deal. And they all laughed at me. I'm like, no, I'm telling you, man, I was like, that it's something's going to happen here.
Right.
It was what was actually really funny about that practice was we were jamming on this one idea, and her drop ceiling, those ceilings that are kind of called drop ceilings.
Oh yeah.
The entire thing, we were playing so loud and so hard that the whole ceiling fell in, and all of us were standing there playing, just raging, and the roof caved in. So
Wow.
basically, the drop ceiling fell in. All the panels where we were standing popped up, and
Right.
then the rest of the ceiling was sitting at our chest level. So it was, we were like, what just happened? So the song that we were playing at the time, that jam we were playing, turned into the song called "The Roof," When the Roof Caves In, which is on
Oh
the
man.
first indie record.
Dude,
So
that's cool,
it
man.
was pretty funny.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Will Dorsey Jr. of Talk Music Podcast. If you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button. That little red button on there, just hit it. That will help me out tremendously. If you can also, subscribe to our YouTube channel, that will also help me. And if you wanted to download our podcast on Apple or Google or Amazon or even Spotify, you can check us out on there. Hope you guys enjoy the show.
Today's episode is brought to you by our sponsor, 𝐸 Studio, the new way musicians rehearse, record, and share their 𝐸 sessions on social media. Visit ERS on 𝐸recordstudio.com. Download this amazing app on Google and Apple Apps stores.
Visit us on www.talkmusicpodcast.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Download our podcast on Apple, Google, Amazon, and Spotify.